Welcome to a quick lesson on quick edits on your blog post and some of the metadata and summary data that you might want to look at, and that's what you often find in the quick edits section. So here we are on a blog page example. We've got some blogs created. There's a new image that I uploaded in our last lesson. And look, there's some information on the page itself. There's a web address, which is my dentist right for me? So there's a keyword name for this page. There's a heading that's often looked at by Google. There's some content. The image itself has an image name of dentist in Melbourne. So I'm playing with a little bit of keywords when I'm saving images, all those little 1%ers. But ultimately, there's not a lot of content here, so a longer article will do better. But sometimes people won't read all that. So don't get too worried about having massively long articles. But there are some things you can do behind the scenes. So let's jump into the dashboard. We'll go to the posts. And if I just go to Is My Dentist Right for Me and go to Quick Edit, every blog can be different. So you may not see all these options for your blog post setup. But in this case, we've got the title. The slug is the web address. So that's basically a techie shorthand for the URL. The date of publish, you can change the date. And down here, I've loaded as the author, but you can change the author. So when you're creating posts, you can give it a different name. You can give it a password protection, so it's only possible to see the page with a simple password. How easy is that? You can do that on web pages, not just on posts, or mark it as private. SEO titles and SEO description, 9 times out of 10, well, actually 99% of the time, it's the same as the meta title and meta description. This is what comes up in Google searches. So having the right title and having a good summary description is important. In this case, the blog has an excerpt which appears on the thumbnail of the blog list page. Other times it's the default first sentence or two from the start of the blog itself. Either way, you can change this and reword this to make it more appropriate. For example, you might say, look, I want to change this to include, I might retype this and have, dentist Melbourne, I'm not going to save this, but you might put in a few keywords. All I suggest you do is don't keyword stuff it, because this is what people see when they do a Google search. So if you muck around with it, it's not good. People respond negatively to just keyword stuffing. So keep it real. I won't change it any further. Categories, they're the categories that your blog is relevant for, one or many. Robots meta, normally you want a page index that's indexed by search engines, but sometimes you might say, don't index it, don't follow me. Basically, no image index. You're saying Google don't, or search engine, but mainly Google, don't worry about it for certain reasons. When it's a test site or a test page or whatever else, but normally you want it indexed and visible. In terms of canonical URL, which is over here, that's basically the name of the web address itself of that page. Indexing by default to index by linking. You do want it to follow because that's good for SEO. And yes, please make a default archive. 301 redirect is where basically this post is no longer published, but you want to redirect it to something else, to a page that is live. Tags, Dentist Melbourne, Dentist Melton is what I added. Again, that's some SEO stuff. Do you want comments on the blog? Pings, that's a techie thing, don't worry about that. Status published, you can change it back to draft. Primary focus keyword, choosing a dentist in Melton. I've decided is more relevant to this post and might help you win with dentist in Melton as a suburb location. And the main category for the post. So that's pretty well it for basically doing some quick summaries with a quick edit on a post. Not just the content, but other things you can do. Very quick lesson. There's more to it than that. I'll just cancel what I've done. And that's how you can do some quick edits and control publishing date, etc. And the SEO stuff for your web page blog post.